What's happening guys, Jenna here and back again for another retro game hunt. I will link the playlist to all of the out and about stuff in the description, so make sure you guys go and check out more retro game hunts after you've watched this. And you may recognise this place because we are back at Alfreton Sales and Exchange, John Shaw's, my childhood retro game store. John isn't on Facebook, but all of the information you need to visit this place will be located in the description if you want to go there. I know from past videos that I've done, a lot of you guys have gone out and you have found some gems yourself, so I think for me that's awesome because we can spread the knowledge together and help other people out guys, and give this video a share on your social media. Now let's dive into it. So what I'm doing here, and by the way, if you haven't noticed already, we're on GoPro only. Just reaching down for this bad boy, the Pikachu edition of the Nintendo 64. Very, very nice condition, a beautiful console and highly sought after, especially when it is boxed. It wasn't one that I was particularly eager to buy, so if any of you guys do want to buy it, it will still be there. And there were additional consoles that I was just reaching for in here, but we do have a good rummage through these games, and I did actually find some really good stuff. If you followed me on Instagram, you've already seen some really sick big box PC games that I managed to find really cheap, so that was super damn cool. Classic really, I mean, not that games that I would necessarily play because I'd probably just download them from Steam, but you don't find them that often, so go and check me out on Instagram and let me know what you think. This at the top, it was the Ultra Beast version of the Sega Mega Drive. In fact, one of the earlier versions of the Sega Mega Drive variants. It was one that my stepsister had, so the nostalgia was right there, and I did pick up some stuff. So let me know what you guys have picked up recently in the comment section below. I've got loads of videos planned this week. Something big from the States coming because Jess has just got back, so keep an eye out for that guys. But I may potentially save this particular haul until I get more stuff, and then we'll do just like a gigantic pickups video, so stay tuned. Now I love kind of hunting in these kind of small cases and boxes right at the bottom, right at the back of this store really. And I'd never seen this before, so if you have, it said, I don't know what it said underneath, Pokemon something decks, that looked like a kind of calculator to me. I'd never seen it. And I always kind of like to check out various kind of GameCube controllers just in case you find like a Wavebird. This looked pretty neat, nice little third-party controller. And then obviously right here I'm clocking the Metroid, the Super Metroid pack, the Prime pack, which it's been in there for quite some time. Box is in reasonable condition, and I think I actually own this. I'm not quite sure. It is somewhere in the collection. I must dig it out. But nonetheless, I put it back, and you guys can see like bongos there. There were quite a few N64s at the back here, unboxed stuff, and then again some peripherals. You can see a couple of G-Cons. There was an NES right there. A couple of bits and bobs in here like wires, a couple of loose Sega Mega Drive carts. But for me, sometimes you can find absolute hidden gems. Now, when I've done game hunts here before, I've never really looked down at the bottom, and there was like a ton of Atari consoles right here, plus games. So again, if that's something you're after, definitely let John know. And there was an original Xbox back there, and then I found this like red folder which we're going to take a look through. This kind of like intrigued me. I was like, what is this? It was full of original Xbox covers. Now I don't know if this is something that John had set up, or if this is something that somebody just kind of bought in to sell. Maybe they were collecting them, maybe they were spares. But you know, if it's something you need, then definitely, you know, you can find stuff here. I actually found some decent manuals, some Sega Game Gear games that I don't own, including a Sega Game Gear manual as well. So this, I think for me, these kinds of places, you can typically find stuff that you wouldn't necessarily find elsewhere. as well as kind of taking a look in this room, we will take a look downstairs. There are more games downstairs, and we will take a look at some of the games that you'll find immediately when you go into the store. Now this is awesome. This has been here for quite some time. I don't think it's complete though, but the box was really nice. Again, not something I was in the market to buy, but I just wanted to kind of grab it down because, you know, for me the box condition really stood out, and I don't know if I've seen it in there before. It may be something that was new in. It may be kind of stock that's been lingering for quite some time now. This, never looked through these before. Again, I'm not quite sure if they're new, but yeah, we got like Fade to Black in there, we got Centipede, some interesting games, and there was another case just like this, which we're gonna take a look at as well, guys. Test Drive 6, what a mint game. Now, I have like a ton of memories playing races with my brother on the PlayStation 1 era. I had a fun time with the likes of like Porsche Challenge, Ridge Racer, Rage Racer. There were some really sick races on the PlayStation 1, and guys, let me know what your favourite racer is in the comment section below from the PlayStation 1. Let's continue then. We got some PS2 stuff back here. There was some PS2 downstairs as well. In fact, a little plug for going downstairs very shortly. I managed to find a really cool guide for like 50 pence. So you guys, you gotta keep an eye out for that. But when you go, if you do go to Alfreton Sales and Exchange, make sure you take a look at the books. Just by the side of the PlayStation 3 stuff, okay? So you walk in, you take a right, and it's on your right hand side because I've found quite a few game guides in there before. So make sure, as a little tip when you visit here, that you take a look in there just in case there are some hidden gems. Now, you also saw me taking a picture there for my Instagram. Again, there'll be additional stuff there, so go and give that a follow. And I would have picked this up had I not have already owned it. I think I actually have this on the original Xbox as well as the PlayStation 2, but nonetheless, I just wanted a really good nosy around this because I'm aware you guys are going to be visiting, you guys are going to want to go and spend some cash here, and you guys always spot awesome stuff that I definitely miss. So here we go again, just kind of double checking. We have some like GBA games right there, absolutely loads of Game Boy Advance games, really good condition, some of the best conditions I've seen. And then I'm just kind of scoping out stuff, like I think I was moving this to then move out the Sega Mega Drive, the Ultra Beast version, because again, like this is one of the like first releases, and that white sticker on the top right there, that was an old Argos label, like, so there was some serious nostalgia. This was obviously bought from Argos. If you were living in the UK, you'll know what Argos is. It's one of those catalogue stores, and I think I just wanted to have a little look in here just to see what was in it, so I do put it down. I don't know what I'm quite doing here, but I did just put it down there just to take a look at what's in it. Again, my stepsister did own this particular version when we were kids. It was the first time I'd ever played a Mega Drive. Now check this out, the N64 limited edition gold controller with golden eye box in sturdy condition. Now I didn't ask the price on this, and I think I actually own 5 N64s. If I was in the market for an N64, this wouldn't be the one that I would purchase. I would like the controller, but not the console. I'm actually in the market for the transparent, really nice popping colours N64 versions, so I'm going to keep an eye out for that. Now we're downstairs right now, guys, so John was just dealing with a customer. We got original Xbox, we got Nintendo GameCube, we had some Sega Mega Drive in the bottom, as well as some Super Nintendo in those cases right there. So make sure when you go, you don't miss any of these, because again, you guys could find some gems just like I did. So let's take a look at the front of the stall then. Those are the books that I was telling you about a minute ago. We're going to take a look at that very shortly. As you walk in, you get greeted with this. There's loads of PS1 stuff, Sega Mega Drive, there was a console down there as well. And then I believe, which we will see, there is another boxed Sega Mega Drive Model 1, I believe. So I just wanted to kind of, like, I didn't want to buy anything out of this bit. I had most of what was in here, but again, I just like to kind of show you guys. And I'm sorry for the shakiness of the camera. Again, it's kind of GoPro chest harness, but there's loads of like cool figures, like those Predator figures down there. There was some really, really neat stuff. This is obviously not just a game store. This is like geek heaven. So, you know, if you're into like your figurines, you know, vinyls, guitars, anything like that, this is the place to go. Like, really, this is the place to go. So make sure you check out the information in the description if you want to pay a visit. The address and telephone number will be there. And I just want to thank you guys, actually. Just want to take a minute just to thank all of you guys that have visited John's store and supported a local business after watching my videos. A lot of you tagged me on your social media, on your Instagrams, on your Twitter to say that you'd been and you'd like taken pictures of the outside of the store, which is super cool. So please keep doing that. If you do go, let me know and show me, guys. Show me what you picked up. So here are the PlayStation 3 games, and you can see just off to the left right there some books. I have found multiple game guides stashed within these books over the years, and I was lucky enough to find one, and you're going to see exactly what it is. I don't show everything that I picked up in this video, but especially when we go back upstairs, you're going to see the big box PC games that I picked out, and you may also scope some PlayStation 2 stuff that I picked out. Now, the Nirvana book actually caught my eye, which is like right there, but then I'm like, wait a minute, sorry Kurt, we got some Harvest Moon going on here. So I actually did pick this up, super stoked. I don't kind of come across it very often. I've always loved Harvest Moon, I've always really liked the art style as well, so I just said, you know what, gonna grab that. 50 pence, really nice condition, and again, games that you don't typically, like game guides, sorry, that you don't typically see out in the wild. Now, as John was dealing with another customer, he gave me the keys, I went back up, that actually had an N64 on it. It said on that little brown label there, N64, again, not really in the market for another N64 unless it's kind of like in the original box and it's one of the translucent Nintendo 64 releases. I think I'm going to try and get all of those. Now, before we kind of veer off, we take a little right. Some interesting stuff, got a couple of PS1 games there, own them both, so just obviously didn't pick them up. Then I'm kind of like walking over here, this clocked my eye, it's nice and bright. So that was sealed as well, that was factory sealed, so that was like super cool for any of you guys out there that are Monopoly fans or Simpsons fans. That was awesome. Now here are the big box PC games. There was Tomb Raider, as you can see right here, Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 3, and Tomb Raider The Last Revelation. So in my mind right now, I'm not taking that picture for Instagram. That picture is already on my Instagram. I knew I was not going to leave without these big box PC games. As you guys can see, the boxes are in absolutely stellar condition, and I just wanted to check inside. I mean, some of them, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, there were no like manuals, there were no manuals in these. I don't know if they originally came with any additional kind of leaflets or manuals, because the big box PC era completely passed me by. Unfortunately, we were never kind of wealthy enough to own a PC as kids. It was literally like the Sega Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo. So if there are any big box PC fans, please let me know in the comment section below. What did these actually have in? Like, what were the full contents? I'd love to hear from you. And it was only the Tomb Raider game that had the additional stuff in, and again, I'll stick another picture of exactly what came inside the Tomb Raider box over on Instagram, so go and give it a follow. So at this point I think John was just coming back up. Like he said, he was downstairs with another client, just, you know, sorting things out. So I just had a little quick look at these PS2 games as I'd missed them, and then I managed to clock some Star Wars PlayStation 2 games. So there were 3 in total. I did pick them up, so again, you will see some things that I did pick up in this video. Never seen them knocking about in CEX. Reasonable prices, like John and I scanned in the barcodes to eBay just to get like a ballpark. There were some factory sealed ones of all 3, funnily enough, on there, and they go for a mint. We were like, whatever. But if you were just to buy these regular on eBay, your Fleabay prices were between like 4 and 5 quid. So, you know, like I think I got them 3 for a tenner right there. Wasn't too bad. I was really happy with that. And I think at this point what was going through my mind is like, I'm just gonna have like one more whip around to make sure that I haven't missed anything, that there's nothing that I think you guys might want to see. You know, I'm like super thorough when I do these retro game hunts, and again, it's really nice to watch them back myself, because sometimes when I'm in the store, I'm like, I don't have my Gemma head on, I have my YouTube head on, and I'm filming for YouTube. I'm very conscious of that, and I tend to miss things. So for me, watching them back gives me an opportunity just to ring John and say, hey, put this to one side. This is where John came back up, and I was just grabbing these off as I could hear him come up and say, like, you know, how much are these? I'm going to take these down, and then I'm pointing out some stuff at the top there, because one of the Mega Drive consoles, one of like the Mega Drive 2 consoles, said that, you know, it was being sold for parts. So I was kind of wondering, you know, what parts, because I don't have any boxed Mega Drive. So I thought, well, if I can get them, then great, you know. So this particular one didn't work, unfortunately. So I did pick this up, got it, I don't remember the like price, but nonetheless we went downstairs, we tested it, and it was just nice of John just to kind of like agree to testing. Really, that was like super damn cool. So we just took a look at the Mega Drive right there, and funnily enough, it had been pack tested in a charity shop. So this had come from a charity shop, and somebody had obviously brought it into John's. And I think finding something like that in a charity shop nowadays is so flipping rare. Like, you don't really go into charity shops and go, oh look, there's a Sega Mega Drive boxed. Oh look, there's a Super Nintendo box. Like, I wish, and you know, because you used to get them super cheap as well. So goodbye those days. But at least we've got cool shops like this where we can go in and pick really cool stuff up. And this final scene here really does kind of conclude it, because I knew I'd kind of picked everything up that I wanted to pick out. You haven't seen everything, don't worry. But what I want to know from you good people in the comment section below is, what would you have bought? And what did you think to the big box PC games? Because for me, they were a really big surprise. I'd never seen them in before. And I said to John, you know, how long have you had them in? And apparently they've been in for quite some time. So I was like, why have I never seen them? So I think it goes to show that I do need to take my time and really look, because I clearly miss things. And that's where Jess is good on these retro game hunts, because she, although she wasn't on this one, she spots so much cool stuff, like so much cool stuff. And check out those 3 SNESs there, like that looks so cool, just piled on top of each other. These kinds of shops are awesome, and you've got to go and check it out, guys. So we're going to wind it down now. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. share this video, leave a comment and leave a thumbs up if you want more retro game hunts. I do charity shop stuff as well, so it's not all about spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds, because you can quite easily go into a charity shop like I did the other week, spend about 30 quid and got some stunning games. Like that was charity shop gold by 2018 standards. I will link it in the cards if you guys want to go and check it out. But for now guys, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Happy Monday. I will be back on Wednesday with a video. My name is Gemma. Take care. See you soon.